Hello and good evening, everyone. I hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. So, for those that don't know me, I'm Samantha Benitez, Miss Blockchain 420. So, this is my show. I'm just saying. And tonight I have a special guest with me, Dej.
Hello, everyone.
So, Dej is multi-talented here. He is the artist who has turned um, the House of the Golden Dragon into an art museum. I'm sure that those that follow myself or Blockchain 420, Rob, will know that, seeing the artwork in our house, this is the artist. He's also a rock star, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So, and also he's been a TV host for game shows, right?
TV
Just game shows
host.
or also talk shows?
My first show was the first rock TV show from Panama,
Mm-hmm.
and that was back in 1999. And the last one was in 2016 in Budapest. It was a TV show, a live TV show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have games, and yeah, it was fun.
And he is Panamanian, and he's a tour guide specialist. So that's a big reason why we have him here today, in order to talk to us about touring Panama. And I just would like, if you guys can hear, just to make sure that everything is going smoothly, if you'll just type in the chat and let me know that you can hear and see us just fine. That would be great. All right, and throughout this, if you have any questions, also you can always drop them in the chat. So hang on for me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to make sure everything is going smooth here. One moment. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I hope you guys can hear us. So hopefully somebody will alert me here in the chat and let me know if everything is fine and you can hear us before we get started on the slideshow. So just a little more introduction before we get started into the tourism, where I'm waiting for some people to jump on also. So we know you're an artist, and you started the graffiti movement here in Panama, right, in Central America.
Yes.
So tell us
That's
about
true.
that a little bit.
Well, since I was a kid, I was very interested in a little bit of art, and back in 1991, approximately, I took a can, just a spray paint, to paint my bike. And then, as a normal kid, I just started writing my name everywhere, and I got excited about that.
Uh-huh.
And without knowing that there was a graffiti movement or the word graffiti existed, I just started painting and painting and painting, then meeting new people back in 1999 approximately, and got the idea to create a small group or a crew and started doing a website to show our work. Then I moved to Germany and I learned everything I needed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And there'll be a lot more about his artwork and stuff coming up in future things here. So we're going to get started on the slideshow. We'll show you some pictures, and Dej will talk to you about what's in the pictures, what you see and what you can see while you're here in Panama, because it is a beautiful country, and there's a lot more to explore that I haven't been able to explore yet, but I'm going to be doing that soon. So you guys come visit me, and I'll go with you on some of these tours. So I'm going to let Dej get started on his slideshow there.
Okay, well, for a lot of people that haven't been here in Panama, this is the month of our birthday. So we're celebrating like the birth of Panama as a republic tomorrow. Back in 1903, we became a republic. So I brought you something. The flag. Panamanian, that's the gift.
Aha.
So I'm gonna talk about the flag later, but yeah, here you go.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
can put it
and right now in November you start seeing these everywhere, everywhere.
everywhere. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about the slides. So the picture that we have here, well, this is the Puente de las Américas or the Americas Bridge. This is the first bridge over the canal.
Mhm.
So in Panama we have the Panama Canal. It was built in 1913, 1914 by United States, but first it was the French that tried to build the canal.
Uh-huh.
So they failed because of a lot of issues. One of them, the most important or the biggest one, was the malaria or
Mhm.
the yellow fever.
Oh,
So
yes.
they had to quit, and the United States bought the project, and this is the first bridge over the canal. And this bridge connects Panama City, the main city, with the other provinces or other countries, or like the countries that we have, the
Mhm.
other 9, 10 provinces that we have here. Before the bridge was there, it used to be a ferry that takes you,
Oh, okay.
the people from the countries, to the city.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see what we have here. This is the Miraflores Locks. That is Miraflores Visitor Center in the Old Canal Zone.
Mhm.
So it's in front of one of the biggest town in the Canal Zone that is
Uh-huh.
called Clayton.
Okay.
So yeah, from there you can see all the ships that they cross from Atlantic to Pacific and to Pacific to from Pacific to Atlantic.
Uh-huh.
They do it during the morning from Atlantic, no, from Pacific to Atlantic
Mhm.
from 6 a.m. to 12, and then it changed. They shift
Oh.
from Atlantic to Pacific, from 6, and every 6 hours they change, 24
Oh.
hours.
Oh, okay. Now, is this where the museum is at also that
Exactly.
tourists go to? Okay.
Yes. Inside there's also a theater that they show you the movie.
Yes.
Samuel L. Jackson is the one that made
Yes.
the voice. Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, a little bit more about that. This is a picture from. You can make a transit, a partial transit, or a complete transit all the way from Atlantic to Pacific.
Mhm.
It takes you. The partial is approximately 4 hours, and the other one is 8 hours,
Oh,
or it could be
wow.
more. That depends on the schedule that the ships and everyone the canal have.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's also Miraflores Locks. There it is. There you can see the different chambers or the
Mhm.
different locks.
And I've seen when I went there, we saw a cruise ship go through, so that was very interesting. Everyone was out on the decks of the cruise ship, and they're all waving at everyone. You know, all of us that were standing on
Yes,
the lots there.
it's beautiful. Yeah, everyone waving, and yeah, that's an experience.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so from the canal we jump. This is Panama la Vieja, and Panama la Vieja is the first city on the Pacific side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was where the Spanish settled right there. Vasco Núñez de Balboa was the first that made the trip from Atlantic to Pacific
Mm-hmm.
back in 1513,
Uh-huh.
and there in Panama la Vieja there was a small neighborhood, let's say, like
Uh-huh.
of the indigenous that lived there,
Right.
and they were saying a lot the word Panama.
Uh-huh.
Panama, Panama, but they didn't know how to pronounce it. They didn't know what it
Oh.
meant,
Uh-huh.
and they got to the conclusion that it means abundance of butterflies and fishes.
Oh, okay.
It's also a name of a tree. So yeah, they the first city here in the Pacific. That is one of the las ruinas, like what's left of one of
Uh-huh.
the church. Let's see, we have the cathedral. Right there, you can see the cathedral.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And this is a picture of like a small scale, like
Mm-hmm. Well, like a model.
yeah, a model.
Uh-huh.
That's the word. Yeah, a model of how it was, how the city was
Okay.
back in the when they built it, when the Spanish built it. So yeah, if you go inside, it also has the museum, and it shows you all the information. It's beautiful too.
And it still looks very contemporary, even way back then. It doesn't look like something that would be from,
Yeah.
15, 1600s or whatever.
Yeah. That is true. Okay, so you see there they also use it to make some weddings, events, or things like that.
Okay.
That's the pollera, our national dress. We have different types of pollera. The ones that the lujo, like the most valuable, and from sencillas, like the most common that you see.
Uh-huh.
And the guy also dressed with sombrero pintado.
Uh-huh.
That's a special hat, and they are doing the Panamanian dance. Yeah.
There's a place down the street too that's called like Dress Like Panama or something like that you could go in and they have the dresses and the jewels and things that they dress you up in and take your pictures. So that's something really cool. I'm waiting for somebody to come visit me that wants to go there.
Yeah, sure, sure. I have. Everyone has to dress at least once.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else we have here. That's another view of Panama la Vieja. That was the biggest church or the cathedral, Santa Maria la Antigua,
Mhm.
in Panama. So the city was destroyed, and that was in 1671. And in 1673, we built, or they built, the second city in Casco Viejo.
Okay.
And the cathedral that you see there is the same concept, the same name.
Mhm.
And yeah, and at the background you can see Costa del Este.
Right. Yeah. I see.
Yeah, Costa del Este is a new town, new neighborhood, and that used to be the dump here in Panama.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, and then
Oh.
everything was built on top.
Nice.
Okay, let's see what else. Also the Panama La Vieja.
Mhm.
That's inside. And let's see what we have here. Ah, that's me. Yeah.
I recognize him.
Yeah. Okay. If I put it here, it goes, and then it continues with it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's a little bit about Panama.
Mhm.
Then we're gonna move a little bit to the indigenas and different parts. So.
Okay. Yep. So yeah, that's the like the old city. And now there's the old city they use for a lot of tourists. That's where you go to party. They have like the nightlife there and things
Yes.
like that. But it's beautiful. Some of the most beautiful churches I've been into. There's one church, and I'm sure you would know what I'm talking about. You go in, it's like everything's gold.
Yes.
And then you go into like this back room, and they have this miniature, like
A model, yeah, like a nativity.
yeah, but it's
Jerusalem.
huge.
Yes.
I mean, it's huge, huge. It's
Yes. That's
amazing and
that's
so
beautiful.
detailed. Yeah. And I mean, like the people and stuff are like this small, so you can imagine, and it's like this huge, huge room.
Huge.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that is the San Jose Church.
Yes.
So the San Jose Church, the story about the San Jose Church is that it was also because all the churches from Panama, La Vieja, that is the ruins right now, it is that is Patrimonio Nacional,
Mhm.
like heritage, like
Okay. Yes.
since
Mhm.
1995.
Right.
So the San Jose Church was also there in Panama La Vieja, and the history of how it got destroyed, or the history, there are
Mhm.
different kinds of history because some say that Henry Morgan was the English pirate.
Mhm.
They came all the way from the Atlantic to the Pacific, and he destroyed the city. And he robbed everything and did a lot of things, so it was destroyed because of him. But there's another version that the one that burned the city was the mayor, the Spanish mayor.
Oh.
So he burned the city so he couldn't steal anything.
Oh.
So it got out of hand, so it was burning like a month approximately.
Mhm.
The thing is that all the Spanish that were there, they flee to different islands.
Right.
Yes.
Oh.
So the church, it has a golden altar.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
And it's beautiful.
Yes. So when they knew, when the bishop or the padre, the priest there,
Uh-huh.
when he knew that they were coming, the pirates, or Henry Morgan was coming,
Mhm.
they got a lot of mud and covered the altar
Oh. Okay.
with mud,
So they didn't know it was gold.
so they didn't know they was gold. So then there's a legend that he got inside the church and he asked the priest, "Where's the golden altar? I wanna have the golden altar." He said, "Like, we don't even have money here. We have this altar made of wood."
Uh-huh.
And so he was leaving. And then the priest said, "Mr. Morgan, could you please? We are very poor. Could you give me some money?" And then he gave them a couple of coins, and he told the priest, "You are more a pirate than me."
Yes.
So
Well,
yeah,
I could agree with that.
yeah. So they took the whole altar, they took it apart, and when they built the new city, the second city, back in 1673, that is the altar that you see in la iglesia de San
Oh,
Jose Church. So yeah, that's the story of.
awesome, awesome, beautiful.
Yeah, so San Blas. Uh huh.
The most beautiful waters ever. I mean, that looks like a shallow swimming pool.
Sure.
Beautiful.
So yeah, we also have indigenas, different indigenas here in Panama. The biggest ones are the Emberas and the Cunas.
Hmm.
And this is in the Atlantic side or the Caribbean side,
Hmm.
and I painted the boat.
Yes.
Yeah.
I told you he was an artist.
So yeah, there's different kind of islands there, different islands. They have 365 islands,
Mhm.
one island for each day.
Yes.
I think they only have like, they're not all, the population is not in every island. It has just
Some
a
of them
few.
just
Some
have
of them.
monkeys on it, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
They have coconuts and, well, the beach is beautiful. You can see the water is clear as a pool. So yeah, that is in San Blas. There's another picture of San Blas. Uh-huh. Where the Cunas are from there, the Cunayalas. They have their own laws.
Mhm.
They are different. They are totally apart from the city,
Right.
and they have their own flags, their own laws. Like I said, they keep their culture very very hermetic for themselves.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a small boat. There's another part of the beach. That's another boat that I painted. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's not me. Okay. Yeah. That's the houses. Right now they make the houses more of wood. They used to be like caña, cane.
Okay.
Yeah, cane and. Uh-huh.
So when you go, can you like spend the night there?
Yes.
And do you spend a night in like that?
Yes, in one of these ones.
Okay.
Or there are some islands that if you go as a backpacker,
Mhm.
you just put your camping and that's it.
Just right on the beach.
Yes, right on the beach. That depends on the island.
Mhm.
Yes, as you can see, this one has different can sleep there,
Uh-huh.
a full family or bunch of friends, and
Okay.
depending on the size, they will give you an island or take you to that island,
Uh-huh.
depending how many people you have.
Oh,
This is the mola. So the molas, they have a story. Only the women make the mola.
yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they say that the first mola was made by a woman, and she got the inspiration in a dream. So yeah,
And those are definitely made by hand,
by hand.
each of them, and they depend on like tourism and things like selling those. So when COVID happened and tourism stopped for them, they did start making those into masks and sold them everywhere. Like I've seen people in America, like contacting the guy like, I need you to send me some over here. So they did make those into beautiful masks as well.
Yes, they stay working,
Yes,
at least something.
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's they have pillows. They put it in frames,
Yeah, I've
suits,
seen like
shirts.
bags, like tote bags, and
Yeah,
so many different things.
also.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So yeah, there's another island. It's called uh, Isla Diablo or the Devil's Island.
Okay.
But in Cuna, it's Niadu. So they have their own language. They don't speak Spanish. Well, they speak Spanish. They
Uh-huh.
speak English. A lot of languages there. But they keep the language that is the Cuna. So in
Okay.
Cuna, that island is called Niadu.
Okay.
Uh-huh. That's another one.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can see different cabins. And yeah, Niadu. There it is.
Okay. Yes.
There it is. There you can see. And this is another place. This is in the Bayano Lake.
Mhm.
And these are another of our Cunas.
Okay.
These are the Emberas.
Uh-huh.
So you can see they dress different. The Kuna men, they don't dress with any kind of special clothes, just the ladies.
And the kunas are the ones that wear the anklet,
The shakira
Yes. Okay.
around their ankles
Mhm.
and their hands, everywhere. Yes.
And it looks like a big cuff, like on their ankles or their wrists, but actually it's like individual beads but when they wrap
Mhm.
them up, it makes a design like
Yeah.
so beautiful. It's just amazing. And
Yeah.
I just thought it was like one little sleeve they pulled on, and then I seen actually a lady at the bus stop, and she's wrapping hers up, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yes, it's a huge
Yeah.
strap that you wrap it, and it has
Mhm.
the design has to be all connected.
Yes.
It's a work of art.
Right, because it'll make like it might be a bird or something. So those beads have to line up to make everything to make the artwork show.
It's a technique.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so the emberas, the men's they wear also a Shakira, but the size of the Shakira is a little bit bigger.
Mhm.
There you can see that
Oh
the
yes.
Shakira is
Mhm.
bigger. It's not the small one.
Right.
And this is my friend. His name is Luis, and he's Kuna. So you can see he doesn't dress like the ones here in the Embera.
Right.
Uh-huh. And there's a lobster. You can order a lobster, and he will take you to
And the
your place.
lobsters, just like in Puerto Rico, and I was surprised when we went there because,
Uh-huh.
like the lobsters I'm used to seeing in the United States that come from like Maine and stuff, they have big claws,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
then those don't, but they have giant tails. That
Yes.
So
Yes, delicious. I love it.
yes.
And well, very cheap.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
very
Uh-huh.
inexpensive here.
You can get it for maybe $10. Yeah.
Mhm. So somebody just asked a question. I think you joined a little bit late. Of
Yeah.
how many islands in Panama? And Dej was saying that there's actually 365, so one for every day of the year.
In San Blas.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and just
In
in
the
San Blas.
the archipelago of
Just in
San
San
Blas.
Blas. Mhm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but all over, we're surrounded with
Yes,
islands.
all kinds of small islands.
Uh-huh. So this is a picture of the book in the Lonely Planet has the Shakira that you were talking about
Uh-huh.
of the Kunas. Yeah. And there's the guy that's standing is an Embera.
Mhm.
So the dress are different.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. This is a waterfall near the Bayano River with the tour that we do with the Emberas.
Mhm.
There you go. And yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Back to the beginning.
Uh-huh.
So to get to one of the islands, how is the adventure to get there? Because obviously you drive to a certain point, and then how do you go from there?
Well, they'll pick you up from your house or apartment, your Airbnb, hotel, approximately at 5:30,
Mm-hmm.
and it has to be
In the morning or
in the morning.
In the
Yeah, in
morning.
the morning, and the trip is by car.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
They will take you from your place to San Blas on the Atlantic side.
Mm-hmm.
Have to go through the mountains, but the street is very that's it. It's like a roller coaster, but it's good, and it takes approximately 2 hours. 2 hours, 2 hours 30 minutes drive,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll take you to the port
Uh-huh.
in San Blas where all the boats are there, and
Uh-huh.
you just prepare your guide, your tour from here,
Mm-hmm.
and go into your lancha and start
So
start riding to the island.
how long is the boat ride part? How long does that take to get there?
Depends on the island.
Mm-hmm.
The nearest one is 5 minutes
Mm-hmm. Okay.
but they are the ones that have all the Kuna population.
Mm-hmm.
And the other ones that are for tourism, they could be 25 minutes,
Okay.
30 minutes, and you can go to another ones that are just one small island and one palm tree,
Uh-huh.
maybe an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of wildlife is on like the tourist island that you would
Uh-huh.
normally like go to with in like San Blas?
Uh-huh.
Do you see what kind of wildlife do you see there?
Um, that depends on the island. If it's huge, you can see monkeys
Mm-hmm.
in some of them, but not that much as in the port, because there's a lot of wood right there.
Right.
But in the islands, dolphins,
Yes.
a lot of dolphins when you go from the port to an island. Sometimes I've heard people that they see sharks,
Uh-huh.
but just in the open sea.
Right.
And
Well, I know, and there's a whale season here too. I'm not sure like
the
what
whale
side,
season
but
is
I know
on
there's
the
a whale season. Yeah.
the Pacific side. Yeah.
Right.
That's beautiful also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are great tours. Also, you can do a city tour if you're here.
Mm-hmm.
To go to the city, to the Canal Zone, shopping, everything.
Yes, there is so much to do here that it's incredible. We have been able to tour some things like we went to Monkey Island. We went to
Isla Mamey.
Yeah, and we went to also a different monkey island there. They had like big tall monkeys. They look like little humans walking out there. And we went through the mangroves. Can you tell them what that is? The
The
mangroves.
manglares. Yeah,
Yes.
the manglars. Yeah, we have here
Mhm.
in Panama la Vieja, we use them a lot to cover the city to prevent that the salt destroys the patrimonio, the human heritage and things like that. So yeah, you can go across in the middle of the manglars,
Mhm.
and that is a boat. So it's a beautiful ride. In Colón they have like venas azules, they call it,
Mhm.
blue veins. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
And that's where we went. We went out of the Cologne side because when we was on Isla Mamey, and we went through, and there was like you could see all the way to the bottom,
Okay.
and there was like probably millions of little crabs all over
Yes.
the all over the little things. It was
Yeah.
incredible. It was a sight I'd never seen before.
Crocodiles, maybe you can see some.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have alligators here.
No. Yeah, you have, and it's not, and there was something else. It's like a crocodile or alligator. Was it a caiman?
Caiman, yeah,
Yes,
caiman.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So this is the time that everybody is going to the beach, going to resorts, going to everywhere in Panama. We have a lot of tourism very near. You can go to the nearest beach in 35 minutes, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's party time here.
Right, and definitely, because in Dreams in Panama, we have the beach resort there in Coronado, and this is like the week this is the month I'm full because it's tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday is celebrations, and it's kind of, I would say, equivalent to the United States, like putting Labor Day, Memorial Day, and 4th of July all back to back to back. Because it's like nonstop partying, and that's definitely, I've never had ever a room or a bed left open at the beach for this month, and even later this month there's other holidays coming up, like
the 28th,
yes,
also,
and then Mother's Day is December 8th.
December 8th, so from here till March is party.
Right, because after Mother's Day, after December 8th, that's when the snowbirds start coming in because it starts snowing in Canada and Northern America, and people don't like that cold, so they start coming down here to stay for 1, 2, 3, 4 months.
The summertime here.
Yeah, absolutely. So they spend the whole our summer here, which starts in like around December in the high season.
Yeah.
So from now, like I said, from now until like April or whatever, it's full steam ahead.
The high season.
Yes. Yes. So is the weather seasonal, or is there average temperature year round?
Well, here it snows in December.
He's full of crap.
I wish.
No, I don't.
Here's just the summer. Yeah, that's that's approximately, I don't know, I say 30, 32. I don't know how you transform that into Fahrenheit.
Well, it's hot.
Yeah.
Let's just say that it's hot.
Yeah.
So temperatures in Fahrenheit, I think, range around 90 something, and it usually says like the feel like temperature might be like 105 sometimes. But there's like the dry season, or they call and it's also windy season at the same time, right? And then there's the other, basically half of the year is the rainy season, or also known as green season, because like in Coronado it's a dry arc, so they don't really get that much rain there at all, but it does turn everything green and beautiful, and all the plants just start blooming and everything.
That's true. So yeah, there's only like the rainy season and the dry season. And in the dry season, it also rains. So but we cannot complain about the rain because that is what feeds the canal. So yeah, we're blessed. That's
right. And Panama, definitely, that is the livelihood here, is the canal. Because you don't see like Visit Panama commercials on TV, because tourists are welcome here, and there's a lot of things to do, but that's not like that's not something Panama just depends on, but the canal the whole world depends on. So yeah, that's what's important here. And yeah, there are no hurricanes here. That's definitely something I checked before we moved to the beach. Trust me on that. And I'm so happy to know that I don't have to sit through tornado warnings.
That's true. Yeah.
There are. We do feel earthquakes here, but it's very minor. And I would rather go through 100 earthquakes here than one tornado warning in Georgia. Trust me, there.
Yeah, it's totally different. Yeah.
Yeah. So does anyone have any questions? I see there's a lot of people have joined us, but let's see. Any questions? Just shoot them in the chat there. I don't think I missed anything.
Okay, so we can talk about a little bit about the flag that we're celebrating. Okay, so tomorrow,
flag here.
Tomorrow we are celebrating 118 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And well, we used to be part, a little bit history. We used to be part of Colombia. First, La Gran Colombia was called. Also, we were Colombia, Panama, Venezuela. Simon Bolivar was from Venezuela. From Venezuela, he was the one that got the idea to
separate or put together.
To put together.
Okay.
It was also, like I said, Ecuador, Venezuela, Panama, Colombia, a part of Peru also. So it was La Gran Colombia, and then all of them, the cities where the country were getting their independence. So the last country were us. We were the last one to get our independence in 1903. So sometimes you see like a sculpture and you see a naked figure that represents Panama because we are the youngest, let's say. So in 1903, with the help of the United States, we got our independence. Teddy Roosevelt was the president of the United States, and our first president was Manuel Amador Guerrero. That is why we have the causeway here that is called the Causeway de Amador.
Right.
So yeah, he was the one that got the idea. And tomorrow, that's November 3rd. So tomorrow we're celebrating. November 4th is the
Flag Day.
Yeah, the Flag Day.
And there's flags everywhere. When I tell you there's flags everywhere, they're everywhere right now.
And I think the flag at the beginning, in 1903, from Casco Viejo, in the middle of the city, they showed the flag for the first time. And Teddy Roosevelt was there. He gave the speech. Our first president, Manuel Amador Guerrero, and the first lady was the one that saw the.
Oh, she saw the flag.
She saw the flag, but also it was secret. Because we were trying to get our independence. So what they did is that they bought 3 different the fabrics. The fabric they bought it in 3 different shops. So they didn't know. So they saw it in secret. But at the beginning, the flag was like this. Because what the flag means, the meaning of the flag is that the blue square is the Conservative Party. This is the Liberal Party. The white is the peace between the 2 political parties and the peace in Panama. And the stars are the honor and the law. So that's the meaning. So they saw 3 flags, 2 big and 1 small. The small, they gave it to Teddy Roosevelt. He took it to the United States, and nobody knows where it is. And the ones here in Panama, also disappeared. So there's no original, the first flag on those times.
So if you see a Panama flag in like a thrift store or anything, see if it's the original. We might be looking for that.
Yeah. So with all the pieces that were left of the fabrics, one of the nieces of Maria Osa de Amador, that was the one that saw the first lady. So her niece took the pieces and made a small one. So the small one is in Casco Viejo in the municipal palace. That's the story. So so at the beginning it was like this because our first president, he was from the Conservador party, so he wanted his color to be the first. But in 1925, approximately, they changed it because they say like looks beautiful. This.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's the story of the flight.
Awesome.
The fort. So
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
All right.
Uh huh.
And thank you for my flag.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of story. We have if there is any question. Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions? You can drop them in the chat. But this has been great. You guys know that there's so much to do here and so much to see. And that was just like a tip of the iceberg because just just going to the city tour alone, there's so much here to learn. There's so much history here. And, there's so much to do and see and learn. So,
Yeah.
so I'm still excited about also venturing out more now that COVID has settled down and we've opened back up. And so to come visit us, make sure that you contact us because of course I can hook you up with Dreams in Panama, staying in Coronado, and it's a beautiful beach there, beach community there. Also, Dej would be able to, he's a professional tour guide there, so we can help you out here.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So I'm just going to do a couple of little announcements, just so you guys know. Next Tuesday, same time, same place. I'm just saying that I will be here with Zoe. She probably doesn't know that yet. Zoe, guess what? You're my guest next week, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna do our third segment on Panama, just so you can get a point of view of a teenager moving out of the country. Because as an adult, it's very much a huge change, and so I want you to hear it from Zoe's point of view as well. And also after that, on November 16th, Tuesday, November 16th, same time, same place, we're going to talk to world famous astrologer Miguel Angel. You don't want to miss that. You really don't. So make sure you mark your calendars and tune in there for November 16th. Also, anyone who is watching from Facebook or wherever else it might be going, YouTube, make sure you sign up with twitch.tv/MissBlockchain420 so that during the shows you can type in the chat and join the community here and chat and get your questions answered live. And then, so November 16th, that's with astrologer Miguel Angel. November 23rd, we're going to do a show, and my guest is going to be Evelyn. And we're going to talk about crypto basics, just the very basics of crypto and why you should know it. It's a show for everybody. Everybody should tune in. It's not going to be over anybody's head because it's just the basics. And I especially want to make sure that all the ladies are there to join us. It's important for everyone to know about finances, but please don't expect your spouse to take care of everything because you never know what could happen. One day a few years ago, I had a husband with two legs, and the next second I blinked my eyes and he had one. So, life can change so drastically, and COVID has let us know that because I'm sure that everyone's been affected one way or the other, or knows someone who has, lost a loved one a lot sooner than you expected to. So just keep that in mind, and I do want everybody to know the crypto basics because that is the future, and you need to know it. You don't need to be left behind. So then November 30th, which is the last Tuesday in November, my show is going to be on the Higher Love Foundation. And that's our foundation that we started to help people around the world. So I want to let everybody know what that's about and how you can get involved as well in that. So if no one has any questions, I'm going to end this chat tonight, and we'll be back Tuesday. And I thank you very much, Dej. And you'll see more of him, trust me, because we have something big in the works, a couple of big things in the works. Some he doesn't even know about yet. Surprise!
I'm surprised, like Zoe.
Yeah, and Zoe was like, "Oh, nobody told me I was going to be a guest." Well, you know now. So anyway, thank you very much. Thank you for joining the show. Make sure again that you get you register at twitch.tv/Miss Blockchain 420 right here. Also follow Blockchain 420. That's Rob. He's streaming now Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. So just check our schedules. You can check my About Me, and it'll give you the list of dates and subjects I have coming up. So I look forward to seeing you then, and I'll be doing some other pop-ups along the way. But at least Tuesday nights for sure we'll be here, and then you never know when else you might find me. So make sure you put your alerts on so you get those, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much. See you.